Hi, good morning everyone. I don't think I filmed any kind of outro type thing yesterday. I probably should have, but just to explain what we did. But in brief, we were waiting about 30 minutes or so for a hitch, but there was like hardly any cars, so we did get picked up by like the third or fourth car that came along. Obviously, the road stuff's just there, we just left, but. So, we were waiting a little while, but we didn't have to wait for too many actual cars to go past before someone picked us up, which was nice. Dropped us off in town. We got into town about 8 o'clock or something in the morning.
Yeah.
So we managed to do all our resupply and stuff right away. Went and had some good food at the diner. And then another little bit of... good fortune is I called the hotel, and basically asked if they did do shuttles from town. And the guy said, "Oh yeah, but I'm on an errand, so it might be a while." And I was like, "Oh, it's okay, we can wait. We're just by the whatever store, Walgreens or whatever it was." And he was like, "Oh, I'm literally driving past that right now," and then pulled in to the parking lot and was like, "Oh yeah, you just caught me. I was going to go past it." I guess he thought we might need a lift in a little bit, but he was right there as I was talking to him on the phone, so that was pretty lucky. So he gave us a lift to the hotel, and again, there was someone who just no-showed last night, so there was a spare room that hadn't, they didn't have to wait for the other people to check out, so we got into our room
10 a.m.
about 10 a.m. So we were able to have a nap and just decompress and not be quite so rushed, so it kind of felt more like a zero, even though we got everything done in the morning, which is good. But yeah, today I think we're planning to do at least around 10 miles. We'll see how we feel, see how the terrain treats us. Hi. And then just see if we can slowly start building the miles back up again as we get used to this new setup in Maine. I think the worst of it is supposed to be, there's still tough climbs and stuff, but I think the worst of it in terms of constant bogs, constant rock climbs, constant bogs, constant cliff descents and stuff are all strung together in the last 20-30 miles that we've done. So there still will probably be some of those. I don't think I don't think there'll be one after the other, so we'll see. Anyway, we've got a whole new resupply food, so we've got plenty more weight on our backs, and we'll see where we get to. Good evening.
Hi. Oh my god. My head's not that shape, I swear. It's my hair.
We're matching. Oh god, my forehead looks huge. It's just gone full egg mode. Alright. So, what do we do today? We did 10 miles.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel in a much better, what's the word? much better turn of events than previous days. It doesn't feel like we've done like, physically it doesn't feel like we've been battered and beaten up and done like 20 miles and only done 10 or something. So much better day today.
Yeah,
there was
body
still,
and mind.
Yeah, there was still a lot of like rock climbs, steep stuff, and then like some bogs, but like at least they were kind of strung together with actual well-maintained hiking trails. So like you could kind of just do them as like a fun little thing and then make progress. So because we didn't get started till like 9, so if we'd started like on trail, because obviously we had to get shuttled up to Grafton Notch, but like if we'd started on trail at like 6 or something, we probably could have got to like 16 miles, and that would have gotten us back up to the kind of pace we were up to, we'd been doing before the whites. So we're getting there, getting up there. We're just sharing a tent again because we're camped up by this brook, this little stealth site, and there's a few other people we've been sort of hiking around today. So we're sharing a tent just so we don't take up too many spaces, because obviously everyone else needs to put their tent up. So we're just trying to be a bit more considerate hikers. Mm-hmm. But yeah, much better day today, better spirits, and looks like we've got a little run of good weather coming up, so hopefully we should be able to make some progress. I think we're probably looking to get to Rangeley in about another 3 or 4 days time. We can go and resupply, and then there is talk of regular trail magic that's there every Tuesday, so I think we might aim to try and line up our arrival with the with that, which would be nice. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go to bed now and enjoy this white noise of the river just over there. So, right, I'll catch you in the morning.
Oh, no.
Okay. Good night.
Panicked.
Hi, good morning everyone. From this... Oh! I don't know if you can hear that, I'm being interrupted by a squirrel. From, where are we now? Surplus Pond? Mm-hmm. Lake something? Whatever it's called. But we're basically just hanging out here for a little bit in case we see any moose, because there were reported sightings of moose in the last few days here. Like, on the far banks, like chowing down on like lily pads and stuff. So anyway, yeah, hi, had a really good night's sleep, to the point where we woke up at like 5. Oh, hang on, we've got a visitor.
Oh, he's camera shy. Oh.
No, he's not, he's coming. Oh, he's found a nut. There he goes. But yeah, alarms went off at 5:30 and we both just like, nah, let's go back to bed.
It was the white noise of the river.
It was, yeah, the white noise of the river, the fact that we're on like really flat ground, so we actually slept really well.
But like everyone else also woke up late too. That's what, when I was
surprised. Yeah, everyone else woke up. Yeah, everyone else woke up and was like getting ready, like, oh man, I just slept through last night. I don't know. Yeah. But
it's like we were all in a trance.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good day yesterday. Hoping another one today. We're going to do, I think, at least a minimum of 10 miles. And then, depending on how we feel when we get there, see if we want to push for another 4 to another campsite. So, we'll see. But yeah, we'll update you if we see any moose. But otherwise, we'll get going for the day. So, I'll speak to you in a bit. So you might have just seen some of the footage of Korak trying to cross this. It is basically impossible to cross with dry feet. So I crossed in my flip-flops this morning and then changed into my shoes on the other side, which, Tribute, you're so smart, that means you'll have dry feet. Yes, you'd be right to think that's the case, but we didn't think it was going to rain last night, so I left my slightly damp socks and shorts and t-shirt out to dry, and it rained. So my slightly damp stuff became incredibly wet stuff. So I had to just put on full wet stuff this morning. That was fun. But yeah, don't know how far we're going to go today. Oh, it's getting dark already. There's quite an ominous looking cloud coming in. Alright. But yeah, we're just going to do however many miles we feel like we can, I suppose. And yeah, I mean, yesterday was good. We actually did pretty much achieve our sort of 2 mile an hour average, which was good. Which is the first time in a while, so hopefully today is just as productive, so we'll see how we get on. Good morning. We've had quite the eventful night, or at least I have. So got in. We decided to push extra miles yesterday and did 17, which is pretty good for us. That's a pretty much return to form kind of pace for us, which is good. We got in a little late to the shelter, but it did mean that we saw that incredible sunset over the lake, which was absolutely worth it. But yeah, last night I had a bit of a fun incident in the shelter. So it's like an 8-person shelter, and there's only 4 of us sleeping in there. So we had a bit of space in between each of us, to spread out our stuff and everything. And there's one old guy who was already asleep right up against the wall, and then there's about 2 feet between him and then me. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up to this man with his head right near mine, and he was pushing me in the side of the head and banging on my sleeping pad and proper clawing at my face. And I was trying to wake up, take my earplugs out, figure out what the fuck was going on. And he was like, "Oh, you're in my you're pushing up against me. Oh, you get out you're too close to me." And then I was like, "Respectfully, sir, what the fuck are you on about? Why are you yelling at me in the middle of the night?" And he was like, "Oh, you just pushed up against me." And I was like, what are you talking about? Got my phone out, turned the torch on, and showed that he had in fact managed to twist his whole pad around 45 degrees, so he was sleeping diagonally up against me. So it was in fact he who had slid into me and in his sleep. And then he didn't even say sorry for hitting me in the face. He kind of mumbled half apology under his breath, and then just scooted his stuff back. And I was pretty livid about this whole thing, because why wouldn't you?
It's a good thing I wasn't in that shelter, man. He would have catched these hands.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
I was why wouldn't you just? I just don't understand some people. Why is that your first reaction? Even if I had, why wouldn't you just check to see what the situation was before
right.
kicking off?
Weirdos.
And
man.
like, why is his first reaction to start lashing out and yelling? And it's like,
And other people were in the shelter too, weren't they?
and there's other people there that got woken up by him. So it's the lead poisoning. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's just incapable of accepting that maybe he was at fault for something. So he's yeah, that wasn't fun. And I got ready this morning, and then when I came back from the Privy, he was awake and was packing his stuff away, and he didn't say a word to me. So
Do you think he even remembered?
I don't know. But yeah, like, why is that your first reaction, is to immediately jump to blame someone else, don't bother trying to figure out what happened, and start lashing out? Like, what, like, you know, it could have been, someone could have come in the night, like, and set up in that spot or something. I don't know. Anyway, so that was fun. But yeah, we're heading about 9 miles today to road crossing to get into Rangeley.
Trail magic.
Hopefully trail magic there today, and then into Rangeley to resupply and do showers and laundry. But we're not going to stay there tonight. I think we'll probably get back on trail, unless we can figure out there's supposedly like possibly a shelter in town or around there that we might be able to get to. But either way, we're probably not going to pay for a hostel or anything. So anyway, all right, wish us luck. All right, hello. Here's a quick update for everyone. This has been a very, very good day, a very productive day in the end. So I didn't really film anything after we started hiking, because to be fair, it was fairly uneventful. It was like 9 miles of mostly green tunnel and avoiding bogs. But when we got to the Route 7 road crossing, so our original plan was to get there, see if there was any trail magic, and then hitch into Rangeley, go to some wellness leisure centre place and like pay $10 for a shower, and then go to laundromat, then go to the supermarket and hitch back and camp on trail. So that was the plan. So we got there and there was incredible trail magic.
Oh, so good.
There's a group of women that do it every Tuesday. They had like burgers, hot dogs, homemade baked goods, homemade dinners, salads, all that sort of stuff. It's really good. And one woman pulled up and was basically shuttling two other hikers into town, or at least that's what we thought. We thought she was just a shuttle driver. So I went over and asked if I could get her number so that we could, after we hitch into Rangeley, we could potentially get a guaranteed ride back, and then that would sort of be one less thing off, you know, one thing off my mind of getting back to trail. And she was just like, "Oh, are you planning on staying in town or are you camping?" And I said, "No, we're going to get back on trail." And she's like, "Oh, do you want to just stay at mine?" So thank you very much to Cheryl, who not only gave us and two other hikers a lift into town, but is also putting us all up in our house tonight. So we've got the futon in the living room, which is also where the dog is sleeping, which you're very excited about because it's an adorable little dog. But yeah, so we've just, out of nowhere, been offered a free place to stay for the night, do laundry, showers without having to spend money on that. We got driven around to the supermarket to resupply and go to the outfitters to pick up a few things. So yeah, really, really lovely evening, or really lovely day in the end. Especially because we were done hiking by like 11, just after. So it's kind of felt like a day off, even though we've done almost 10 miles. So, and yeah, we're just walking down now to go and find some dinner. Because the town of Rangeley is on this beautiful little lake as well. So there's quite a busy little touristy area. So there's lots of nice little restaurants and stuff. So yeah, good day. And we'll be hitting what are we hitting tomorrow? Saddleback Mountain, which is a big one, but looking forward to that. Where's Cara gone? Oh, she's doing her own thing. Alright, we'll speak to you in a bit. Hey everyone, good morning. We've just been dropped off by Cheryl at the trailhead, and a bit of a later start today. It's like 10 o'clock, but I think we're only going to do probably 11 miles. But yeah, just a huge thank you again to Cheryl for hosting us. She even cooked us breakfast this morning. Obviously gave us a lift back to trail, and exactly kind of a perfect embodiment of a trail angel. Didn't ask for anything in return. Was more than happy to help drive us around yesterday to sort all our errands and whatnot. So, huge thank you to her. So today, like I say, we're doing about 11 miles, hoping to get over Saddleback Mountain, which is like, I think some people say is like the big divide between the sort of harder southern Maine and the less hard, it's not easy, but less difficult northern part of Maine. So yeah, there's not much. Well, I'm already out of breath obviously, but I'm filled with breakfast sandwich and potatoes. But yeah, once we get over that, we'll camp up, and then I think in a few days' time we've booked in at a hostel to spend a night there. So yeah, let's get on with today. Hey everyone, welcome to our brutal descent this morning. Like as soon as we started, this is basically the terrain. It's either just this sort of like mess of roots that you either trip on or slip on, or like slick rock going down. So that's fun. God, I look tired. What's wrong with me? Oh, I slept pretty well, I thought, but anyway, apparently not. So yeah, today we're doing about 14 miles to a tent site, which sets us up for a 7-mile day tomorrow, down to a road crossing to stay in a hostel tomorrow night. So that will probably be needed, because I don't know if the phone will pick this up, but there is distant but growing closer rumbles of thunderstorms to the north, which are probably going to roll in at some point over the rest of the day. So it looks like we're in for a bit of rain today. But even if we avoid the rain, we're probably still going to get wet, because there's a bunch of stream crossings today which just simply don't have any kind of bridge or anything over them. So you just have to kind of ford them. And I don't know if I can be bothered with the whole hassle of taking my shoes off and going through, trying to maintain dry feet and stuff. I'm just going to walk through them. Hopefully if the water level's low enough, we might be able to rock hop it, but we'll have to see when we get there. So yeah, probably going to be a damp one, but that's what you sign up for. So, and warm bed and shower and laundry tomorrow, so that kind of helps ease the pain a bit. Anyway, it is getting louder and getting closer. All right, let's go. Let's try and get as low down as we can for this first one to hit. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, forgive how out of breath I am, we've just done a bit of climbing. But this is pretty cool. It's basically marks the spot at which they completed the Appalachian Trail when it was first built. So they obviously started, some of the trail already existed and it was just, you know, added to the AT. The rest of it had to be built and, like, you know, the actual trail had to be blazed. So they this is the point where the whole thing was finally linked up, which is pretty cool. And also this is at mile 1997.
Mm-hmm.
And the trail this year is 2,197, which means this is 200 miles to go. I won't film you because there's going to be crying. There's going to be crying. All right. Also means we're about 3 miles away now from the 2,000 mile mark, so that'll probably be the next thing you see. And there will be crying. Okay. Let's get going. Alright, we just finished scrambling down all of this stuff until we stumbled upon 2,000 what? 2,000 miles? Or 2,000 feet. We did it. We managed to walk 2,000 miles. We have less than 200 to go.
I know.
We've just had a moment to ourselves before I got my camera out, so we've got all the tears and the crying out of the way. But we're very proud of ourselves. And yeah, it hardly feels real, especially with like 1,000 miles felt like such a big thing, and that doesn't feel like it was that long ago. Even though it felt like it took forever to get to 1,000. So, and that was what, way back it went. Somewhere in Pennsylvania?
No, 1,000 was just before Harper's Ferry.
Oh, of course it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was back in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia, somewhere. Well, we're so close to the end. I don't want to finish.
Let's just keep going to Canada.
Yeah, we'll just keep going. I'm not coming back. I'm just going to go to Canada. I don't have my passport. That's a problem.
We'll just touch the border.
We'll figure that out, yeah. But yeah, 2,000 miles. And we've got about, just over half a mile to go down to the camp.
Cross the stream.
Cross a stream that had reportedly might be flooded. Well, the crossing might be underwater. We'll see. Anyway, I'm proud of you.
Proud of you.
Love you.
Love you.
All right, let's get going. Hi, good evening. Yeah, I didn't really film anything today, but I just, I guess, just showed you a few shots of where we're staying tonight. So, yeah, it was just a pretty short one today, by comparison at least. Just left early, got down to road crossing, called the hostel, got picked up. Pretty much, that's pretty much it today. There wasn't too much to show for it. But definitely like a well-needed break. We've kind of got over the worst of what Maine has to offer. We've got the Bigelow Range starting tomorrow, which doesn't look too bad. And then once you get over that, there's a whole lot of what looks like flat ground, at least on the terrain maps. So a lot of low-lying lakelands and stuff. A few little speed bumps, I guess, little hills in the way, but we should be able to pick up our mileage after that, and basically be on the final push to Katahdin from there. So yeah, exciting times. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. The only other thing I will say again is I'll just add If you are new to all this and you're not aware of why I'm hiking, please do check out the link in the description to my Movember page. It'll explain a bit more. But essentially, I'm hiking in memory of a friend of mine, Johnny Young, and hoping to raise money for a mental health charity back home. And the only reason I bring this up now is because we're obviously we're getting close to the end, and like getting very close to my sort of target of raising £1 for every mile of the trail. So yeah, I'm just kind of blown away by everyone's generosity, really, and just really wanted to just take a bit of time now just to say thank you, and also mention, will this jinx it? No, I don't think so. But this wasn't really the plan, but it looks like there's a chance we might actually finish on what would have been his birthday, which is not what we initially obviously planned. We were just planning to finish when we could, but it looks like everything's kind of lining up that it might be around that sort of day, which obviously weather permitting and stuff, it could change. So I'm not gonna commit to anything now. It's just something we were kind of became aware of while we were doing the maths. So yeah, that would be pretty incredible if that was the case, but not going to commit to that just in case it doesn't go that way, but we'll see. Anyway, I've got a little bit of editing still to do and some leftover pizza to eat. So thank you to Bandit for that. Actually, he went out, bought back some food, so yeah. Right, let's actually try and relax this evening. Alright, I'll catch you in the next one, guys.